Hi, everybody. Sitting here talking with AJ about how I went off my diet today and I had fast food, but it felt good because I was excited about the rain. I know a lot of you are like, what rain? I didn't get any. Decatur, I put you up here, not because it's a beautiful look at night with the lights glimmering off the water and it's just a brilliant shot, but you were really the one area that really didn't have any rain today. Everybody else had a few showers, and I'm sure there'll be somebody on that says they didn't, but like, I feel like there's like a dome over you in Decatur right now. Like I feel like it's like it repels all the rain away from you. And it goes north and it goes south and it goes east and it goes west. But there were some showers in and around Huntsville. Certainly some rain in Athens. Some of the heaviest of rainfall today ended up being in the Harvest area, which was a downpour while we were on air at 5 o'clock. And it was really coming down on 53 right by Douglas. And then there was some heavy rain to DeKalb, and it went to Coleman County. I mean, it was trying to give everybody a little rain today, Mother Nature was. Some areas had a little bit more rain than others. In fact, I think it was in Fort Payne today where we had rain most of the day, and the temperature never got out of the 70s. And when I was on air at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I think it was 5 o'clock, Florence, which had not had any rain, or the Shoals at the airport, it was 93 with a feel-like index of like 104. And Fort Payne was 78 with a feel-like index of 78. So rainfall, cooled air makes a big difference. And it really throws a wrench into the high temperatures. And obviously, if you had rainfall and you wanted it, that's great. If you wanted rain and didn't get it, you have another chance tomorrow. And we'll try to run it back one more time. And we'll try to run it back on Thursday, too. There's 3 days. I mean, if you swing and miss on all 3 days, it is just bad luck. You don't deserve any rain, I guess. I don't know what it is. But there's a really good chance that you have rain tomorrow if you missed out today. So temperatures right now, we were all over the place at 5 and 6, right? Whoop, brought it back in now. We're in the 70s for everybody. And the reason why the rain totals can be so crazy this time of year is your dew point temperature. It indicates how much humidity we have, right? If your dew point's over 70, it's humid. If it's over 75, it's oppressive. If you look at your little app and you see relative humidity and it's a percentage, you're looking at the wrong thing. Even though the word humid is in humidity, that is not how you get your humidity. You should be looking at the dew point temperature. It's the best way to gauge how much humidity there is. And when it's this high, there's a lot of available moisture in the atmosphere. So what happens is when you do trigger a shower or storm, it pours, cats and dogs, meow, meow, woof, woof. And all of a sudden, one area gets 1 to 2 inches of rain. Another area is like, what happened? I didn't get nothing, right? So a slight chance of a shower tonight. I'll pull the graphics up full so you can see them better. Being a dork. There you go. Isolated shower after midnight. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s. It's going to be incredibly muggy. Not much rain overnight, but then on Wednesday, we'll get it going again. Probably sometime late morning into the afternoon. I'll put scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. They'll be heavy at times. I put a 85 there at 1 and 4 o'clock. But keep in mind that if you don't have rain, you'll be higher than 85. If you do have rain, you'll be lower than 85. So the temperatures will be, once again, dependent on where the rainfall sets up across the area. And your hour-by-hour forecast, I just fast-forwarded to 7 o'clock. And this forecast model is showing a few showers in the morning, and Jada will be here in the morning. If these do pop, it will be brief and quick, and they should pretty much be confined to northeast Alabama through noon. But then we get this thing going in the afternoon, and more locations get into some showers and storms. Again, if you missed out on the rain yesterday, hopefully you get one of these downpours. It could be a game changer for your rain totals for the month because it can drop rain quickly, where you get a quick 1 to 2 inches, and then you make up for what you've missed out on so far this month. And your 10-day forecast, again, run it back Thursday, as I mentioned. Temperatures near 90. Just a slight chance of a storm Friday. I took the rain out for the weekend, and I think at this point I need to bump those temperatures up for Saturday and Sunday because I have a very strong feeling that we are going to most likely have some kind of heat alerts for the weekend. Probably be some kind of heat advisory issued by the National Weather Service because that 94 and 93 Saturday and Sunday might be too conservative. I think we might be like more like 96 both days. That would put the feel-like temperatures about 105, and that certainly warrants a heat advisory. So we turn our attention from rain potential in the midweek to drying out at the end of the week to scorching and sizzling on Saturday and Sunday. And, remember when it was like in the 70s? Like, was it Monday and Tuesday of last week? You knew August was going to come back and be like, I still have a little summer left in me. Remember, summer in the Tennessee Valley goes all the way till Halloween. So, no, it doesn't. It ends in a couple of weeks. But you know the temperatures in August, September, and October can be pretty hot at times. It can also be chilly at times, too. You get a little blend of both. But August is notorious for firing it up at the end of the month. And though we're not quite at the end of the month, mid-month looks pretty spicy as we go into the weekend. So I think the one headline to keep an eye on, there's two things really that I want to point out. One, at the end of that 10-day forecast, you're getting into the Friday, week 0 high school football action. I see you shaking your head over there, AJ.
Right.
And look at what we got now. There's some rain icons there at the end of the 10-day, which would include that. But look at the high temperature on that Friday, 84. That's yummy. So I don't know if we have the timing yet correct 10 days out. It's just like an overview. But if that is the case, I think there's a little bit cooler air behind that. And we might even be talking about a weekend on the 23rd and 24th that could feature some pretty delightful weather. We'll have to see how it plays out. It's a long way off, so do not hold me to that. And also, too, it all depends on tropical storms, right? As many of you have probably heard, it's making national news already, is Tropical Storm Erin going to become a hurricane, first hurricane of the year in the Atlantic. This is the 5th named storm, but the strongest by far, potential there anyway. And if it hits Cat 3 status, it becomes what we call a major hurricane. We have Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5. That's as high as it goes. If you see on TikTok somebody saying it's a Cat 6 coming their way, they're making stuff up because there's no such thing as a Cat 6. Cat 5 is as high as it goes. Anyway, I digress. If it becomes a Cat 3, it'd be a major hurricane. It looks like that could happen by Saturday by the Leeward Islands, which is like Guadalupe, Barbuda, not Barmosa, not like areas like even close to the U.S. Like we're talking like Grenada, like way out there. But it looks like at this point it will go just north of those islands. And if it does reach major hurricane status, it will likely do it over open ocean. And then all the forecast models have it go whoop and steer away from Florida and then go out to sea harmlessly. That sounds too perfect to me. We'll see how it plays out. But if that were to be the case, that would be the best case scenario. It just means some wave action for the East Coast. So, Skylar says, Jeff, hi Jeff, we had some rain today. Yeah, you did. I know. I got you, Skylar. Thank you. I've been tracking it on TV all evening long. And I said, you know what? I think this rainfall's hitting Skylar's house right now. Look at that. It did. What do you know? No severe weather, though, buddy. You asked me this morning. No. I'll tell you this, Skylar. If you ever send me a message and you ask me about if there's going to be tornadoes, I promise you that I will have much more urgency if there's going to be that kind of weather on my Facebook page. If I'm casually just posting about rainfall, then I don't have that urgency. You don't have to worry about severe weather, my friend, okay? Shannon, hi. Hey, hi. Good to see you. Hello. Hope all is well. Happy Tuesday is where we're at. Yes, thank you. Happy Tuesday. The days are like a blur. Sarah, sheesh, I feel sweaty already with those temperatures. Yeah, it is really humid outside. Like over the weekend, we hit 91, 92 both Saturday and Sunday. And I don't know about y'all, but we talked, many of you were talking about it on Facebook with me. It felt good. I mean, one of you, Bill Beck, was calling it false fall over the weekend. And it was still 90-something degrees, but the dew points and the humidity was way down, right? So you could go outside and actually enjoy the 91 or 92 and didn't feel like you were like losing 10 pounds when you took one step. But now it's different. So if you don't have raindrops and you stay hot and you go 91, now it's like 103 and 104 with the heat index, not 94 or 95. And that's a big difference. That's what humidity does. That's why it's called a feel-like temperature. How it feels. Tegan, hi, how are you? Hope you have a great... I'm good, Tegan. I hope you're doing okay, too. You had some pretty good rain in Aville today. I thought of you this morning because I could see that swath of heavy rain headed your way. And Eric Burke was all over it. He was tracking it all morning long. And I love his text this morning. He writes me back. He says, wow, look at this. The rain verified. I said, it hasn't hit the Huntsville metro area yet. And until it rains in Huntsville, Decatur, or Athens, it hasn't rained for anybody. That's what everybody says. So he starts laughing. But yeah, it was raining for you all morning long, right? That's because we cover Albertville. Skylar says, okay, I'll keep an eye out when you post it. Yeah. When I post stuff, Skylar, about storms and stuff, if there's any chance of severe weather, there will be much more urgency in my posts. I promise. It won't be a casual like, hey, it's going to rain. Oh, you might have a tornado. Oh, by the way. I'll definitely be more zeroed in and dialed in on that for sure. So, but I don't know. I think they got the Trash Panda game in, if I'm correct. Yeah, Pandas.
I think so. Yeah.
I was talking to Carl. I think they were winning last I knew, but I don't want to steal his thunder, so to speak. Boom, boom, get it? But anyway, yeah, they get back home on Tuesday, and there was some rain in Madison. I could see it on the camera. I had it on the camera looking at Zert Road towards Toyota Field at 5 o'clock, and there was a rain shower right there. It was actually coming down pretty good, and they're probably the Trash Panda's like, every time we come home for a homestand, it rains on us. Come on, bro. And I was like, yeah. Tegan says, I trusted Eric and stayed calm. Good. You should trust Eric. He's a good guy. He won't steer you wrong. You all right? Sarah, I heard some thunder, but definitely no rain. Yeah, there was like literally one thunderstorm. It was that harvest downpour. It actually had some lightning in it. We could hear the thunder here at the station too, but yeah, you can hear thunder for miles, and at night you can see the lightning for miles, and that storm might not even be near you at all. In fact, what you heard from where you live, because I stalk you and know where you live, that was the storm in Harvest, that had the lightning and the thunder with it. So, yep. Shannon says it rained on and off here all day long, but at least it kept the temps down. Yeah, it did. I don't know, Shannon, we kind of need the rain, so I'm okay with it on and off rain, and it did keep the temperatures down. That's a great point. It did. That's what the rain does. It sure does help that out. In fact, where we were in 90 degrees, when I started on air at 4 o'clock, some showers got close to Athens and dropped the temperature into 79. And Decatur never really had a shower storm, but you know what was funny was not funny, but what was actually happening was you had a little outflow boundary from some rain to your south, and the prior field temperature dropped about 5 degrees and wasn't even a raindrop. And Huntsville International Airport dropped in temperature quickly when some storms were nearby there. And even in the Shoals, when it was 93 and the feel-like index of 104, there was a shower in the vicinity, and that cooled the air enough to drop the temperature to 85 in about 15 minutes. So, yes, thank you for free air conditioning, Mother Nature. It just provided a little bit of rain, and you can go a long way with cooling the temperatures down. That is for sure. Tegan says, random, but my daughter Scarlett made it to the finals for Hasbro Toddler of the Year. She is in 6th place.
Yes.
Didn't we do a story on that?
Just yesterday.
I'm the #1 viewer of WAFF 48, so I know, and I'm aware of when these stories are run. Yes, I remember that. That's good stuff right there. Christina says, hi, Jeff. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you, Christina. You're very sweet. That's very kind, and you're very welcome. Thank you for watching and putting up with me on Weather Extra, which I have not done in a while. I haven't done the little dance in a while. Oh, look who we are blessed with tonight. Miss Kate Norum is on. I know that girl. What are you doing? How's Texas? Everything's big in Texas, right? I know this stuff.
Yeah, Whataburger in Texas.
They got Whataburger in Texas. They do. Jeff knows. Jeff ate that tonight. I ate fast food. I feel so dirty. But yeah, it was really good. Kate, good to see you on. Hope all is well. Sarah, I do know where you live. I don't give it away, but I know. I pretty much know where most of just about everybody is, where at least at one point. And the only reason why I know that, and I don't really stalk people, but you always ask me what your weather's going to be. Like, you'll be like, hey, Jeff, you know, I'm like, where are you at? Because I have to know, because what happens in the Shoals doesn't happen in Fort Payne, and what happens in Scottsboro doesn't happen in Moulton, right? So if you want to forecast and you ask me what your weather's going to be like on the weekend coming up, I have to say, where do you live? And then I remember it, and I store it in the little mental Rolodex. It's so jumbled up here. I don't know how I remember, but I do. Popping in from Texas, Kate says. Yes. I got you. Kate, I hope all is well. I miss you. Yeah, you know what, Tegan? We did a story on that too. On 48. She says Channel 19 did a story. Nope, 48 did the story. We did.
I think we did a different one.
We-
in Shoals.
We did. We had a different person. So there was two. So what happened, if I remember correctly, there was multiple toddlers
Yes.
that made it to the finals, or there's like top 10 or something like that. And we covered one, and 19 covered another. Am I correct?
Right.
Yeah. And then so I think it's Tegan's family member that was covered by the other station. Yeah. Yeah. Am I get-
Yes.
yeah. I get it right.
That was 19.
Yeah. And then we covered the other child that was up there too. Yeah. They're all famous and great. Wouldn't you know that we covered the same stories? Sarah, it's all good. Okay, it's all good. I'm glad you're safe, I promise. No harm done here from where you're at. All right, I'm going to go 10 o'clock newscast. Margot, myself, Nick is here. Carl is in the house. Carl is really excited about high school football next week. It's next week. Think about that. High school football. 10 days away. It's on the 10-day forecast. That's crazy. Baseball season, football season. This is a good time of year. And then when you get towards the end, you have baseball, football, hockey, and basketball all start up once. And I think there's like a crossover for about a month where you have all four, right? Can't beat that. And if you're a big NFL fan, preseason games happening. Big Titans fan, Cam Ward got us a touchdown last weekend against Tampa Bay. Drove us down the field. It was very impressive. We lost 29-7, but we being the Titans. But big excitement for Cam Ward this year in the Titans. I actually am thinking we'll win more than 3 games. I don't know. That might be too much to ask. Shannon says, I'm so excited and ready for football. Good, good. Sarah, you have a good evening too. Tegan says, no, 48 didn't get my daughter and neither did 19. So neither one of us did. So it was an epic swing. That's like a swing and a miss twice. You get 3 pitches. I talked about that in rainfall today. We can do that with a strikeout if you don't do it in 3. It's a big epic strikeout. All right, y'all, I got to go. 10 o'clock newscast. Come join us and hang out with us on the TV. And Jada will be in tomorrow morning. She's filling in for Eric Burke the rest of the week. I'll be filling in for Brad the rest of the week. Jada by morning, Jeff by night. We got you covered for the rest of the week into the weekend. Have a fantastic night, everybody.